Welcome to a very special training, the Advancing Salesperson, the master key to building a six-figure sales career for high-ticket sales professionals. Who this is for? This is for remote, high-ticket sales professionals who are committed to closing full-time. Whether you have been stuck under an income ceiling for months or things are going well but you'd like to dominate at an even higher level, you are at the right place. This is for you. In the next 45 minutes, you're going to learn how to consistently and predictably hit five-figure months without getting stuck or burning out. You're going to learn how to always have stable, lucrative, and high-quality sales gigs coming your way. How to close high-ticket deals over the phone with confidence, mastery, and effectiveness. How to turn remote, high-ticket closing into a lean and lucrative full-time career with order. How to reprogram your mind with discipline, ultra consistency, and winning beliefs. My promise to you is that by the end of this training, you will acquire a step-by-step system to hit five-figure months consistently and predictably. You're going to destroy all the limiting beliefs that you think are holding you back and ultimately build for yourself and enjoy a six-figure lifestyle by deliberate and purposeful design as a sales professional. How does that sound? Before we get started, just some quick house rules. Shut out all distractions. Turn off your phone, close all other browsers, and give this training your 100% focus. Come with an empty mind. Be willing to learn and get ready to implement everything that you're about to learn on today's training. Take out your journal, your notebook, and write down some serious notes. Do this for yourself. Understand that neither my results nor my clients are typical. You have to be an A-plus player and bring your A game. Ask yourself right now, coming into today's training, what is your intention? What is the energy and attitude that you're going to bring with you today? Now, I just want to check in with you real quickly. Does this sound like you? Are you a remote, high-ticket sales professional that's struggling to hit your first 10K month? Do you have a hard time finding and keeping sales gigs? Do you feel emotionally overwhelmed, confused, frustrated? Because no matter how hard you work, you seem to be permanently stuck trying to do this as a full-time career. Do you feel deeply demoralized because you've done your absolute best, but still you can't find any way out of this maze of confusion, fear, and uncertainty? Do you feel lonely and lost because it's like you've never had the guidance, support, and coaching for you to succeed at doing this? Are your family and friends starting to doubt if you even know what you're doing? Are you silently devastated because you wouldn't know how to face them if this doesn't work? Are you worried that this is all there is to life, that you won't have time for your passions, dreams, or love life beyond what you do? Are you secretly terrified that if you don't do something about this soon, you might end up crashing, burning, sacrificing all that success that you've worked so hard to build and have nothing to show for it? The real problem is that there's a good news and there's a bad news, okay? None of these things that you're hearing, experiencing right now, none of these things are the real problem. The real problem is that you haven't made what I call the shifts. And that's what you're going to learn on today's training. And once you make them, you'll jump out of bed every morning feeling well rested, secure, and confident because you know there's now an actual real flow of high quality leads waiting to speak with you. Your days will have order, clarity, and precision. No more uncertainty, no more procrastination. You'll dominate your sales numbers, your sales targets, your quotas, and let your closing ratio speak for itself every single month. And still have the time at the end of the day to unplug and do the things you love and spend time with the people you love. Your teammates, for those of you that are already in teams, will start to wonder how you're always able to talk your team and think, hey, what's this person's secret? Your sales director, your boss, your influencer will take you aside and ask, hey, how have you been able to perform so well, deal after deal after deal, pay in full? At night, you'll go to sleep with total rest and total conviction, knowing that you've done your absolute best. You will have the confidence to conquer anything that stands in the way of your sales career. Quick introduction. My name is Sean and I am a lifelong high-ticket sales professional. That is me, and I absolutely love doing this. And let me just say that closing, to me, is a martial art. It is a skill. It is a life skill. And I am so grateful for this skill. Throughout today's training, you're going to learn the things I was able to achieve with this skill and why I'm so proud and grateful to own this martial art. And you can do the same. My mission is to help 500 sales professionals build and live successful six-figure sales career. Okay, and this is what I do best. I excel at bringing out the very best in people. I have helped dozens and dozens of sales professionals conquer their internal and external barriers, crush their sales goals, and live consistent and predictable five-figure months, all by deliberate and purposeful design. Outside of this, my passions are new thought, that is the study of the mind. Jeet Kune Do, I've been teaching this in Singapore full-time for the last decade, and fencing. How did I discover the 5 shifts that you're about to learn today? You see, in 2018, I closed for a top Bob Proctor consultant, but there were 2 problems. This was the old team that I had all the time, more than 20 closes. The clients of this program, what they were promised, they weren't getting. They weren't transforming as they should have been. And my teammates themselves, they were stuck and going through burnout. And as the sales director, and later on I was promoted to become the vice president of sales for this company, it was my responsibility to start testing different solutions. And one by one, I noticed the change in some, okay? Not all of them, and I will explain why, but those that I managed to help, they started having phenomenal breakthroughs. What they experienced to achieve those breakthroughs that you're about to learn today, they all lie within the 5 key shifts that you're about to learn today. And if you want to succeed as a full-time 6-figure sales professional, these 5 key shifts, you have to internalize them. So, if you haven't already done so, take out your journal, your notebook, and start taking some serious notes because you're about to learn what they learned. Shift number 1, write this down. You have to conquer your purpose. What do I mean? A lot of sales professionals, when they first start doing this, they have this idea that Their success is going to come from their techniques, like what you say over the phone. Clever techniques. That is true to a certain extent. But there is a huge problem with this mentality. When you're on the phone selling high ticket, the entire high ticket philosophy is all about giving your best, being consistent, being disciplined, going all in, living your best life, going for transformation and not information. It is an all-in attitude of excellence, right? You're telling them to invest in full, make a committed decision, show up coachable, decisive, and resourceful. Think about all the things that you are leading, commanding, telling your prospects to do over the phone. Are you first living those things? Ask yourself that question. Do you understand why you're doing this? Do you understand your purpose? Because you're on the phone leading someone else, another human being, to commit to a transformation. But have you committed to your transformation? If you haven't done so, if you don't understand yourself, but externally, you're using all these advanced, sophisticated, clever, smart techniques to close people, do you know what you're doing? Let me give you an example. Jay was a member from that old team of mine. That's me on the left, that's Jay on the right. Jay had a PhD in acupuncture. Before coming into sales, he was making a ton of money in the pharmaceutical industry. But when one day he decided that it was enough and he wanted to join my team, he told me that not once he believed in what he was selling, because deep down he knew that he had no idea what all these drugs were about, if they actually help people. And he had no idea what the long-term side effects were, but he was still selling them to people and making a ton of money. And after years, he was burned out because it was weighing on his conscience. And he wanted to find something that he actually believed in, that he actually used, that he knew that if he were to sell people, he would be aligned with his purpose. For that reason, he had an easy time because he believed in what he was selling. He knew his purpose. He knew what he was doing. So even on his good days, even on his bad days, he could go because he believed in himself. On the other hand, if you don't have the same level of self-understanding and you're just in this business for some quick and easy money, let me tell you this right now, that you're going to have a very hard time. You understand? What I want to see from you is not that kind of reliance and dependence on external techniques when you haven't understood, internalized what it truly means to be a high-ticket sales professional. Success in this game is an attitude. You either want this badly or you don't. You understand? And let me be really clear right now. And I think it's time for us to make a stand, okay? I do not tolerate sales professionals that have that easy money attitude, where they think that just by reciting, learning a bunch of cool techniques, then they are set for life. This is a very naive and immature attitude. This is what I call the character technique incongruence. Think about all the things you're asking your prospects to do, and if you don't have that mastery within yourself, that level of discipline and commitment within, you have no business playing this game. You have no business leading your prospects to do the same things if you don't first leave all this by example. You understand? So let me ask you this right now. What is your purpose, your drive, your why? What drives you? Why do you want to excel at this? There is no point coming into this game just for the money, because, let me tell you, there will be days that are tough, that you get rejected, that you feel demoralized. And if you don't understand your purpose and you're just in here to make a quick buck, you will not last a week in this game. You understand? Write this down. Shift number 2. You have to conquer your identity. What do I mean? The you that is in your comfort zone, that's taking this easy. The you that doesn't have a sense of urgency. versus the you that has succeeded, that has made it, that's playing at 6, 7 figures, are two completely different people. Take a look at this. That is the old me, and that is the new me. I'm sure you can see for yourself in the picture in my eyes what's happening. Take a look at the old me. Ask yourself, at that stage, will self-improvement move the needle? Habits, willpower, discipline, these are all external things. The highest level of change and transformation, of reprogramming your entire mind, starts with identity. You must start and play at the level of identity. This is what's going to bring you true growth, real change, and ultimate transformation. Do you understand? Before doing any of these things, for 10 years, I was a full-time Jeet Kune Do instructor in Singapore. For those of you that don't know, that is Bruce Lee's martial art. Every day, I was either training or fencing for the national team here in Singapore. That was my life for the last decade. Until one day, when I injured myself, and my girlfriend at the time of 2 years, left me. And everything culminated together, leaving me, a broken, lost man, having no idea what to do going into my 30s. And my back was against the wall. So I sat down with that injury, going through that breakup, not knowing what to do, but I sat down and wrote down a letter to myself, a commitment. I told myself that by the end of that year, I would hit my first 10K month in commission as a high-ticket sales professional. Okay, and I had this entire plan, okay, to start by writing copy, pivot my way into learning this skill, and build for myself a scalable business. In November that year, okay, I was 1 month ahead of schedule. But month after month, my results started to come in, and I hit my income goal 1 month ahead of schedule without even realizing it. My influencer at the time had to tell me that, hey, you've crossed your first 10K month in commissions. Did you realize that? And I was like, no. Oh my God. I traveled the world. I learned from the best. I fixed my injury. I went to learn everything that I wanted to learn. Not just things about the mind. Not just things about sales. Music. Physical fitness. Sports. I even met and found the partner of my dreams. That is why I was telling you that I'm so grateful for this high income skill. I have everything today because of this one skill, and you can do the same. When I say conquer your identity, I want to think of the old you and the new you as well. From being that broken man that had no idea where to go and what to do, and my back was literally and figuratively against the wall, to going through that steep, challenging, overwhelming learning curve of writing copy, from hustling and breaking my back, working at $50 an hour, to being able to do this from anywhere in the world, making 6, 7 figures every year. And I started with cold calling, to eventually being the best at what I do. The simple question for you, moving the needle in this way, think again, is self-improvement going to help you? Motivation, willpower, discipline, habits, these external things compared to a shift in your identity. You tell me. So ask yourself this question right now. The level that you want to play at, are you willing to let the old you go? All the bad habits that you know need to go. Are you willing to destroy the old you? What does this have to do with you? Because I've been showing you my pictures, my story, my process, my journey. But I want you to replace those pictures with your future. Understand that every identity comes with its own cycle, and if you don't break this cycle, you will forever be stuck in this vicious cycle, okay, of not having the leads you want to have, of not having the closes that you want to have, of not having the career that you want to have. Ask yourself, are you done being stuck under this income ceiling of not knowing where to go, what to do, to have this breakthrough in your life? How long has it been? For those of you that have no results, aren't you sick and tired of going around in circles? If you want to completely change those results, you must be willing and able to conquer this identity shift in yourself. You understand? The old me, the new me, the old you and new you are going to be two completely different people. And are you willing to go there? Are you willing to go there? Write this down. Shift number 3. You have to conquer your mind. What do I mean? A lot of you are doing these things, and let's just call it the old way, okay, because it is not working. Every day, I see so many of you hanging out in Facebook groups, and the things you say, the things you do inside these groups, okay, what does it say about you? What does it say about a person's sales career if you have the time to hang out 24/7 in so many of these groups? You tell me. A lot of you are pitching me, pitching other people, messaging directly, and you shouldn't be doing that, and you know this yourself. Once again, what does it say about you? Some of you are so hardworking that every single day you're churning out content, posting things here and there, but one look from these things, and it says so much about the level you're playing at. It is not that your content is bad, but from the vibe, from the angle that you're producing all this content day in and day out, we can tell, okay, that you're falling in and out of practice mode. When a closer has actual field experience, it is very easy to tell. So you go back to acquiring more sales techniques from books, courses, programs, seminars, all the external stuff. And I'm not saying that they are bad. I'm saying that when you are stuck in the old paradigm and you want to change, those things, they aren't going to move the needle. You understand? It will only keep you in this vicious cycle of self-sabotage, where your limiting beliefs cause you to have all these bad habits that bring you negative results, and they repeat in this vicious cycle. And you're doing all of this, you're going through all of this consciously, drowning. And you're thinking that one day, someday, somehow, some place in time down the road that things are magically going to change. Guys, this is a one-way street towards total and complete burnout. You're going to burn yourself out, and there's nothing you can do if you don't break this cycle. Do you understand? Don't lie to yourself anymore. You have to conquer your mind at the deepest level. Do you realize how much of this game is an internal process? Your sales career, and this is so critical, it is a direct reflection of all your innermost beliefs, and you can't cover these beliefs with external techniques. Do you even know what your innermost beliefs are? Just take a look at your current results. Okay, they're all reflecting a certain belief in you. And until you change those beliefs, your external world is not going to change. You can have the best scripts, tools, and programs, but if you don't change your beliefs, or your belief systems, or your paradigm, or your subconscious mind, it doesn't matter what you want to call it. But this thing, your mental programming, will always do everything in its power to directly or indirectly validate itself. Suddenly, your Wi-Fi isn't working. Suddenly, your computer is crashing. Suddenly, your prospects, your influences, they disappear, they ghost. It's like you don't know why these things are happening on repeat. Let me tell you right now that it is your paradigm that is validating itself subconsciously. Your prospects especially, and you want to build this as a career, remember what I said about the technique, character, incongruence? If you don't change those subconscious beliefs, everyone around you, especially your prospects, will start to mirror that incongruence. And is that what you really want? Regardless of techniques, because those can be acquired. Regardless of skill, because that can be acquired. Regardless of experience, because that can be acquired. Deep down, ask yourself, are you mentally strong enough to do this as a full-time career and lead your prospects with conviction to victory? If you can't even lead yourself, what business do you have doing that for another person? Isn't it ridiculous? Like I was saying, every result that you currently experience, deep down, it has a corresponding belief underneath the surface. And if you don't like that result, understand that it has nothing to do with other people, other environment, other external things. It is you. Are you willing and able to change that belief? Your paradigm has exclusive control over all your habits. That's where your results are coming from. And this is what we learned at the Paradigm Shift event from Bob Proctor. It doesn't matter how hard you work or how many hours you put in. If your paradigm doesn't change, your results will ultimately remain the same from one year to the next. And you have to internalize this quote. Because some of you are hustling, grinding, and on the other end, some of you are procrastinating. But it doesn't matter. If you don't change your paradigm, nothing is going to change. That is why your results are the way they are. And if you don't like it, you have to shift your identity. You have to shift your paradigm. Ask yourself this question. What if, on the other hand, that you had all the beliefs of a successful six-figure closer? What would that do for your sales career? So are you willing to go deep on the inside and shift that paradigm? Or are you still going to procrastinate, work hard, and look on the outside for change and transformation? Is that really going to work? Take a look at this video. I'm not going to play the full video, but I want you to hear the voice and look into the eyes of this person and ask yourself, do you recognize this person?
Hi Sean, thank you for posting the job opportunity for being a closer for mindset and paradigm shift programs. So Andrea here, I still Hi Sean, thank you for posting the job opportunity for being a closer for mindset and paradigm shift programs. So Andrea here, I still hope that you remember me, and I just want to say that I'm very interested in this position and I want to apply for it. So a little background about what I do know about mindset and also paradigm shift kind of concept is where that and also
What did you see? What did you see in this person's eyes? Are you able to see Andrea's old paradigm? I think this picture says it all. For 7 years, she lived like a soulless zombie. She was stuck, trapped, controlled by her own old paradigm. And you know how it's like when you are going through all those self-limiting beliefs. You don't reach out, right? And she didn't know how to do that. So she would quietly suffer from being stuck, from fear, from guilt, from confusion. She didn't know what was the first step to get out of this mess. Her goal was to do this full time. Okay, she had a gift for spirituality. So her end game was to close for influencers in this spiritual niche. But she had no idea how to break away from that old paradigm. of fear, guilt, procrastination, that whole vicious cycle. So she recklessly pursued improving herself. I guess this picture says it all. She landed herself 60K in debt and she was still stuck. Why? Because those things are all external stuff. She didn't change herself on the inside. Beneath this suit, beneath this image, beneath this facade, all the limiting beliefs of not believing in herself, of not knowing what to do, of not having the clarity, all these things don't change just because you buy yourself a suit. Deep down, she couldn't break the vicious cycle of the limiting beliefs. So what could she do? The good thing about Andrea was she was always determined to pursue this lifestyle. She was willing to do whatever it takes. She just wouldn't give up. So even though it was a tough, painful, and lonely journey, look into her eyes. The moment she discovered how to shift and take control of her paradigm, everything changed. What do I mean? She didn't change her techniques. She didn't change her suit. Okay, but one by one, slowly but surely, when she changed, and those of you that follow her journey, you know, her prospects, her influences, her family, okay, they all started to mirror her changing beliefs. And it was crazy. Because she didn't change any external things. To everyone's surprise, she started taking $500 on the phone. Then it became $1,000. Then it became $5,000. Then it became $8,000. Then it became $9,000. And suddenly, she became this closer that had the clarity. And all the techniques started coming alive. Like what was happening? Like people were shocked. People were confused. She became the top closer on her team. And remember that video you saw, the first 10 seconds? How did that happen? Look at the old her and look at her new identity. Look at what happened once she dropped all that image, all that facade, and all that use dependence on external techniques and just became this person that was proud to be herself, proud to close, proud to serve. Can you see the difference? And she found herself a life partner and completed everything that is me. Today, she has the confidence, the self-belief to just be herself and close from anywhere, anytime, any place in the world and do this joyfully with gratitude and abundance. You understand? When I say conquer your mind, I want you to understand that it is mind that is all. You can give two different sales professionals the same skills, the same techniques, the same script, and have completely different results. You understand? Especially if their paradigm are on completely different levels. You can give them the same script and have completely different results. That was what happened with Andrea, right? I'm not saying that the external stuff are not important. The sequence, what to say at any given time, how to follow up and follow through, these techniques are important and we will cover them. What I'm saying is I need you to take a moment right now to really understand the message that I'm saying. How far can a sales professional go if his paradigm isn't on his side? Is your paradigm on your side? So are you still going to depend on time, techniques, and things like that and lie to yourself and waste time? Or are you going to go deep to the root of the issue and change yourself from the inside out? If you want to play at this level, this is where you need to go. So quick recap. By now, you know that we must conquer our purpose, identity, and mind. These fundamental things. Right? Up to this point, I have not taught you a single sales technique because I trust that what you have, it already works. But your paradigm is a completely different story. Your next question is, okay, Sean, I understand that this is where I have to go. So how do I actually do it? How do I reprogram my mind and shift that paradigm and change my belief systems and take control of my life and design and build it so I have a successful, joyful, abundant, six-figure sales career? How do I do that? Write this down. Shift number 4, you have to conquer your goals. What do I mean? Most sales professionals, they don't even know how to set goals. There are 2 parts to doing this, conscious and subconscious. Consciously, you want to master your numbers, your tools, your skills, right? These are your sales quotas, your sales numbers. This is your script. This is what to say. These are all the technical stuff at the conscious level, right? You understand? Subconsciously, you want all your goals, whoever you want to be, to get those results that you want. You don't just want them to be floating at your conscious mind, because that is just 10%. Your subconscious mind owns them more than 90% of everything. So you tell me, which one has more pulling power? Right? You want all these goals to be deeply reprogrammed into your paradigm. And all these things I learned from this person, Arash. And if you don't know him, he is the vice president of sales for Bob Proctor's entire company. He is Bob's right-hand man when it comes to sales. I want you to understand that all these things that I'm teaching you today, I didn't learn them from some online certification course and start teaching mindset to you. Long before I came out to teach any of this, for the last 10 years, I have learned and applied into my own life, in martial arts, in sports, to develop myself into the person that I am today. I live this stuff. Okay, it wasn't from some online program. It is one thing to get certified and teach theory. It's another thing to live these things. That is how you are going to be closing your prospects with ease and conviction. You understand? Without this kind of subconscious power in yourself, you will always be stuck, scratching and clawing, because you're just relying on your conscious mind. Just rely on techniques. And in your days, in your habits, in your results, it's going to show. You can't hide these things. Even if it doesn't show today, sooner or later it's going to show. So ask yourself this question. Is your paradigm on your side? And do you know how to shift it? You see, back in 2018, I had a team of more than 20 plus closers. And in this picture, you're looking at the best of the team. And we traveled the world together and do business all over the world together. 1/3 of this team dominated. Okay? 4, 5, 6-figure deals, you name it. They were crushing it. But the second third, which is average, and the final third had zero progress. What was happening? Did they have a different script? Did they have different techniques? Did they close for a different influencer? No. So what do you think separated the best from the worst? Understand that success is an ability. And like any ability, it can be trained. It can be acquired. Your current belief systems, your current paradigm, you build it. And if you can build it, you can destroy it. And you can build a brand new one. The only question is, are you going to consent to allowing this change to happen? This is what I call the knowing-doing gap. When I said, hey, is your paradigm on your side? Here's what I mean. Let's talk about the technical stuff. Let's say, and these are going to be just arbitrary numbers, and they're all going to be extremely conservative. Okay, just for an example's sake. Let's say your monthly income goal is 10K. So you get to work, and I know some of you have leads given to you. Some of you generate your own leads, but whatever it is, tweak this scenario to your own situation, okay? And these are conservative numbers. Let's say that every sale you make $500 US. For every 10 person that you reach out to, you get 3 on the phone. So every month, speaking with 100 prospects, you close at 20%, bringing you 20 sales per month. So that's 10K, right? So to make this 10K, it means you have to reach out to 333.33 people, just round it up, every month. You divide by 30 days, it means every day you just need to contact 11.11 people, right? Now, if the math looks so simple, why isn't everyone doing it? You mean the second, third, and the final third members on my team, you mean they couldn't pick up the phone? Is their phone so heavy that they can't lift it and contact 11 people? Even if I were to give you a 50% discount, if you want to make 5K every month, you can't contact 6 people every day, then why were the top few able to do that? Do they have a different phone? Do they have a different program? No. So those people that could not make this work, if you were to give them more programs, more techniques, would it change anything? You tell me. So why were they not doing it? If the math is so simple, why are you not following through? The reason is simple. Why people secretly get stuck has nothing to do with techniques. Remember when I said that there was a second part to goal setting? It is your subconscious mind. If deep down your paradigm is not programmed with your goals, you'll have an extremely hard time taking action. It is not that you don't know what to do. A lot of times you know that you shouldn't be Netflixing. You know that you shouldn't be YouTubing. You know that you shouldn't be procrastinating. You know that you shouldn't be doubting yourself and living in fear. But why do you make those mistakes? Every time you try and change, you think it's easy. But let me tell you right now that your old paradigm, it doesn't like change. In fact, it will do everything in its power to resist violently. That is why you have fear. That is why you have guilt. That is why you waste time procrastinating. Do you see how much power your old paradigm has over you? The good news is that it can be changed, and all you're seeing, they are all symptoms of the vicious cycle. Limiting beliefs from however you were raised, however you were brought up. I don't know how it happened, but some way, somehow, these limiting beliefs were planted into your system. That is why you have those results. So you sabotage yourself every time you're this close to an opportunity, every time you're this close to a close. Somehow you push it away, subconsciously, resulting in negative results that lead back to even more limiting beliefs, resulting in what I call a vicious cycle of self-sabotage. How many of you relate to this? That is why people get stuck. On the other hand, the master key to success, and listen to this, this is how, and for those of you that followed my journey, you saw my focus, you saw my consistency, you saw my growth, you saw my progress. This is how I've been able to achieve every goal that I set for myself. And contrary to what you think, I don't believe in working hard. Even though you may think I'm a hard worker. It's not that working hard is bad, but if you work hard on a foundation of broken, limiting beliefs, you're only going to work harder just to push success away. Do you understand? Use the secret weapon, mind advancement. How does it work? We all have a subconscious mind. And take a look at this picture. The organ of your conscious mind is your brain. Okay? The organ of your subconscious mind is your solar plexus. These are very real and physical organs in your body. And they are connected through this vagus nerve that is behind your esophagus, your throat. What's happening in this physical process is that every belief you have is sent down through this vagus nerve into your solar plexus. And your solar plexus, being the organ of your subconscious mind, is connected to infinite power, which is why every belief that you send down into your solar plexus becomes infinitely charged with this power, where there's infinite solution, infinite abundance. This is the key to supercharging brand new beliefs and turning them into results with the 90% of the power of your subconscious mind. Life is very different when you're playing this way. Without this, you are just struggling, scratching and clawing with your conscious mind, and that is why people get stuck. Every belief that your subconscious accepts, it's going to be infinitely empowered. And if you study New Thought, you know that every teacher of the mind teaches the same principle. Mind is all. They didn't say technique is all. They didn't say your fancy suit is all. You understand? At this point, your next question is fine, Sean. I understand that I got to change my paradigm. But how do I have my subconscious accept and empower and ultimately live out all these new beliefs? This is what I call the belief change process. The mode that you're going to deliver all these beliefs into your solar plexus, into your subconscious mind, are through affirmations. You have to connect with and apply self-empowering affirmations daily, but just listening to them or just saying them is not enough. You need a system in place. That once you supercharge your subconscious mind with these new beliefs, it is nothing if you just lay them to rest because they will just be potential power. You need a system in place to express all these new beliefs through consistent, inspired action. And I'm not talking about the hustle and grinding and burnout type of action. I'm talking about consistent, inspired action. Where because of these new beliefs, like Andrea, your prospects, your influences, your family, they start reacting differently to you because you have new habits, and your new habits generate new results, fostering this virtuous cycle that turns these new beliefs into fruition. This is what I call the virtuous cycle of self-advancement. So you tell me, which cycle do you want to break and which cycle do you want to have? Like any new plant you grow, you can't just throw the seeds there and expect, okay, now I have some sales techniques, the money is going to fall into place. You're lying to yourself. That is a lazy attitude. Like any new plant you want to grow, it needs nurturing. It needs guidance. It needs that personal touch. It needs support. Right or wrong, you tell me. So by now, if you're saying, okay, I know how this game works, and I'm ready and willing to commit to this shift, can you show me how to do it? This is how you develop true substance. A lot of you, subconsciously, you have this belief, right, that I can't find a stable and lucrative sales opportunity when you should actually be saying, deep down, you should have this belief in you that I am a confident, successful, and in-demand six-figure closer. But whenever you come here, you feel the fear. Whenever you have to take action, you feel the doubt. Whenever you're executing, you fall back into procrastination, into self-sabotage. Why? Because this belief isn't in your subconscious. It isn't in your system. A lot of you, deep down, you have this subconscious belief that I don't think that I can hit 10K months consistently and predictably. When I tell you that this goal, okay, let's say you want to hit 10K, and you spend this entire year doing this, why can't you do it in 3 months? If someone were to show you how to do it in 3 months, how would you feel? Would you really feel excited, or would you feel fear? Because deep down, your belief should be that every month I close 25. I enroll 25 of my dream clients and change their lives. It's one thing to say this. It's another thing to deeply believe in this reality. Because if you truly believe in this, you will already be doing this. And some of you that are experiencing the income ceiling, or you want to get to the next level, and you have this limiting belief that I can't lead a team all on my own. When you should be saying, I am a millionaire sales team leader. How do I know these things? because that was where I was. I understand. Look at me in 2018. Look into my eyes. I'm sure that the picture says everything, right? And look at the right-hand side. What does it say? You tell me. So ask yourself, what if you had all these winning beliefs? Not the one in the quotation marks, okay, but the one with the star. What if deep down your belief system accepted all these beliefs and you became this person, regardless of techniques, regardless of whatever suit you wear? But deep down, you know that you are this person. What would it mean for your sales career? Take a look at what happened with Jason once he was able to shift his paradigm and reprogram his goals into his subconscious mind. Listen to this.
Hi, my name is Jason Whaley, and I had the distinct privilege of working with Sena for a period of about 7 months. And for me, that was one of the most transformational experiences I've had, working with a true leader who really cares about his people. Because if you see Sean on the outside, he looks like a very hardcore guy, really laser beam focused, knows what he wants, knows where he's going, and he has such discipline. And he's always moving with such certainty and consistency. That's something you can always count on Sean. He's super persistent, consistent with everything he does because he really takes himself and he takes his goals very, very seriously. But what really struck me the most with working with Sean is how much he just truly cares. And when you really get to know him, he has such a big heart. And that is one of the most profound things I think you can ever find in a great leader. Someone who is truly operating from a place of giving, of caring, of love, and sees more in you than you could ever see in yourself. And I'm just so grateful for Sean because because he truly helped me realize that I have so much more potential that I can express. And I have gained so much confidence just being in his presence, just learning from him, working alongside him as a fellow leader. And even, just the past 5 days, I closed 24K in new business, something I had never done before. And this was taking the weekend off. So I'm just so grateful for Sean and for his ability to transmit his leadership, his confidence, his energy to and through everyone he comes in contact with. That is truly the mark of a great leader. And if you are looking for someone who is dependable and has just that strong steadiness, but also a huge heart, Sean is your guy. You can always rely on him. And so, Sean, thank you so much. So grateful for being, someone who has been impacted by you in such a positive way. Thank you so much. Wish you all the best.
Did you look into his eyes? What did you see? Was he reading from a script? That was him just being himself. And his results speak for himself. His clarity, his understanding of himself, that wasn't any external technique that he was looking. He was just expressing himself. Jason, like any of the top sales professionals on my team, including all my best students, they all have one thing in common. They didn't burn their conscious mind out figuring all these things out on their own. They trusted their subconscious. Closers that secretly remain stuck, they do it the other way around. They go round in circles because they don't believe in themselves and they don't know what to do. So they don't reach out. And if that's you, you have to break this cycle. You have to start tapping into your inner power and use it to start creating results. It is not about hard work. It is about being in the flow. It is about knowing yourself. It is about tapping into your infinite power. Do you understand? Successful sales professionals, they all have this bleeding neck urgency. They are driven. They understand their purpose, their why. They know themselves. And they have this sense of urgency because they know what is at stake. You want to think like a champion. You want to operate like a champion. Okay, and do whatever it takes to achieve your goals with integrity, ethically. Do you understand? Write this down. Shift number 5. You have to conquer your training. What do I mean? It is a world of difference trying to figure this out alone versus having a coach to guide you. Like I said, think of this as a sport. Okay, and I'm not talking about mentoring and mentorship. And at the end, what you have is endless hours of videos, pre-recorded videos that you have to sift through. And in the end, you don't have any actual field experience. What do I mean when I say field experience? 2018, I closed for Carl. Okay, Clients in Abundance. Go check them out. I closed a 12K deal for this person. It was hell, okay, because I absolutely suck. But every day, he would give me 2 leads. I would record those calls. He would listen in live, listen to the recording, tell me, hey, this is what you did right. This is what you did great. Good job, keep it up. This is where you need improving. On days that I didn't believe in self, when I closed for this Bob Proctor consultant, Mark, he would tell me, hey, believe in yourself. Remember who you are. You are the maestro closer. Okay, that was what I was calling myself at the time. They would motivate me. They would believe in me at the time I didn't believe in myself. They would coach me. They had what I call the human touch. You understand? They were physically actually there for me. They genuinely cared for my success as a person. They didn't just throw me a bunch of videos and leave me to die. You understand? How do you think I was able to achieve phenomenal breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough? I didn't do this alone. Behind the scenes, they were guiding me. They were pushing me. They were giving me that coaching, that accountability, that system. Because they had already been there and done that. You understand? Once again, if you were an athlete training for a competition, how would you approach this? Would you go and figure out how to go to the gym and fight alone? Or would you actually get professional help to start playing to win? You tell me. Trying to figure this out alone, winging this game, it wastes your energy. It wastes your time. How are you going to compete with sales professionals that are treating this like a sport and bring their A game every day? But with a coach who has been there and done that, on your side, you will always have a proven winning game plan because they already have the results you want. So every day, there is order to your days. There is predictability. You have results to show for it because you actually have a system that gives you that direction, that accountability. You know where to go, what to do, how to train yourself, and become self-sufficient. Now, on the other hand, take a moment to think about time and life without this. To me, okay, a good coach, the ideal coach, is someone who has actually been through your journey. They have the results you want. They know how to do it. They are willing and able to teach you. And like I said, they actually care about your success. So don't try and figure this out alone anymore. Go out there and find the best teacher that has the results you want and do whatever it takes to model their way. So today I promised how to consistently and predictably hit 5-figure months without getting stuck or burning out. To always have stable, lucrative, high-quality sales gigs flowing your way. How to close high-ticket deals over the phone with confidence, mastery, and effectiveness. How to turn remote high-ticket closing into a lean and lucrative full-time career with order. How to reprogram your mind with discipline, consistency, and winning beliefs. Remember, if you are able to conquer your purpose, identity, mind, goals, and training. These 5 shifts alone are enough to help you build and secure the 6-figure career that you've always wanted. Do you understand? You'll become a different person, not because of any techniques, but because you are the new you. Now you have a choice. You can take everything that you've learned on today's training and continue to figure out how to do this on your own, or you can get help and break the cycle and create a brand new one. And if you want more help to achieve your sales career goals, if you want my help to start playing to win, here's how we can do it. My team and I have set aside some time in the next 48 hours to speak with you personally about how you can apply these 5 shifts to your sales career starting today. Whatever your biggest challenges are, we have seen it all and we know how to overcome them. Do you understand? On this session, we will work with you to identify what should be your game plan moving forward. By the end of this year, what should your goals be? In 6 months, in 12 months, how are you going to play this game? We're going to teach you how to reprogram your mind and become this successful 6-figure sales professional for real, and position yourself permanently as this in-demand closer that people know and speak of because of your reputation, and build a lifestyle and system that brings about that coaching, that guidance, that personal human touch, so that you know that someone who has been there and done that actually has your back, and you can start building that consistent and predictable 10K and beyond months. And the cost? This call is going to be absolutely free, but it is not for everyone. You must be a high-ticket sales professional. You must be committed to excelling at doing this. You must be absolutely determined to succeed and be at your very best. Do you understand? And I need you to have these 3 things, okay? If you're just shopping around and you just want to have it the easy way out, don't book this call. If you want to do this, you must be coachable, decisive, resourceful. Do you understand? And if that's you, click on the button that's popping up anytime right now. You'll be directed to a page. Fill out your name, pick a time, fill up the form, and you'll receive a confirmation. And when we get on the call, you got to be prepared. Okay, be in a conducive environment. Get ready to take notes. The reason we are doing this, we were sales professionals too. Everything that you go through, the entire process, we understand. Secretly feeling stuck and burning out, no one should have to go through that. And we hold the key to overcoming your struggles. Plus, we know that you might want our help to transform your life. If that's so, and we are a good fit, that's great. If not, that is fine as well. So click on the link that's appearing anytime right now. Or you can head over to mindadvancement.com/apply. Fill up your name, your details, fill up the form, and we'll get on the phone shortly. And to save you some time, yes, we will be speaking about my flagship coaching program. So many of the things you hear today on today's training, I pulled out from my flagship coaching program, the Sales Domination System. And this is the way that I was able to help dozens and dozens of sales professionals overcome their limiting beliefs at a time where even they didn't believe in self, because all they were given were a bunch of techniques and they were left to fend for themselves. And what if someone really wants to make this work? What if someone has their back against the wall and they have a gift for doing this, but they just need someone to believe in themselves at a time where they can't do it? Someone to give them the direction, the know-how, the experience to make this work? When I was going through my hell year in 2018, I couldn't figure this out. Every day, it was overwhelming. And I was going through a very difficult period at the time because of the breakup, because of personal problems, because of the injury. But I made no excuses. I did everything in my power to figure this game out and build for myself a career where just with my mobile device, with my laptop, I can go out there and use it as a weapon to change the lives of people, to change the world. But at a time where the learning curve was so overwhelming, so daunting, what could I do? I could only dig deep into what I knew was my finest friend, my paradigm, my subconscious mind, my self-belief. And slowly but surely, the calls started coming in. The opportunities started knocking on my door, and the results started coming in. Month after month, I checked my PayPal, and the figures are going up. Not because of some technique, not because of some suit I wear, not because of some image, but because deep down I had already become the person on the level of my goals. And you can learn how to do the same. So go ahead, click on the button, click on the link, fill up the details, fill up the form, pick a time that suits you, and when we get on the phone, okay, don't waste your time. We will be talking about how to build this into an actual solution for your life moving forward. So be prepared. Be in a conducive environment. Get ready to take down some serious notes and start playing to win. Don't waste any more time. Give yourself that permission, that consent to start focusing, to start shifting, to start playing to win, because you deserve this. If you don't have this decision, if you don't give yourself this permission in you to make this work, then don't book that call. Okay? But if that is you, we will do everything in our power to work alongside with you so that you don't have to be alone anymore. I hope you enjoyed today's training. Until next time, it's Sena. Have a great day.